don't come much bigger, do they? Fucking hell. Norwich match preview. Welcome back to another video on the channel, Newcastle fans. A cheeky midweek game this week, 2 home games in a week, but fucking hell, they don't come much bigger. I don't like to put too much emphasis on one game, but I feel like the last couple of years, because all we've done is sort of battle relegation, I feel like I've done it more than I probably should have in the last 3 or 4 years in the Premier League. But tomorrow's game against Norwich City is huge. I mean, we are approaching December on Wednesday without one single win in the Premier League. Our fixtures in December are going to be brutal. Man City, Liverpool, Leicester, Man United, Everton away. They just come thick and fast. So this week is huge. Absolutely huge. It starts today and then another big game against Burnley on Saturday at home. Oh, they don't come much bigger. There's a lot of talk with people saying that if we don't pick up at least 6 points, we could be down. I'm not on that side of the fence. But certainly tomorrow's game is massive. We need a win. Let's not beat around the bush here. We need to win, and I very rarely go into games saying things like that because it just almost adds pressure in your own head. Like walking to St James's Park, you feel nervous as hell. You're shaking with your coffee in your hand. You can't hold a beer. But that's what tomorrow is, and I know the atmosphere will be decent. It's Eddie Howe's first game in the dugout, but there will be some nerves in the stands. I'll be nervous, sat watching it, because every time Norwich attack, I'll probably be nervous because that's how bad our defence has looked recently. So yeah, if we don't win tomorrow, I don't know where that leaves us. If we cannot manage wins against Brentford at home, against Norwich at home, against Burnley at home, let's face it, Newcastle fans, we don't deserve to stay up. Because games for results over Christmas are a bonus. Playing Man City, anything is a bonus. Liverpool away, anything is a bonus. Leicester away, anything is a bonus. Let's face it, I mean, Leicester are a much better footballing side than us. European football, great players, great squad. Man United, they're going to be rejuvenated by the time we play them on the day after Boxing Day. You don't expect anything against them. It's just one game after another. If anything is a bonus. That's why this week is so fucking important. Oh, there's going to be some changes. Lascelles is out, which I know a lot of people are going to be happy about. I'm actually happy about it. I've never really got on Lascelles back too much because I think there's a reason he gets put in for maybe leadership qualities. But in terms of football and performance, he has been bad now for a while. Very, very poor. And I would like to hope even he would admit that if he was asked about his performances in the last year. Something went wrong in the Matrix when Bruce came in. Lascelles, since Steve Bruce has been coach, has just gone terrible. And that seems to have carried over early on in Eddie Howe's reign with the Brentford performance and the Arsenal performance on Saturday. So he's going to come out. Now the question is who comes in. Howe's already given Clark a game against Brentford. Clark, again, is getting on a bit now, and I liked him maybe a couple of years ago, but the one thing you'll say for Clark, he's always a threat from set pieces. But again, same as Matt Ritchie, who's obviously also suspended, that's not the reason these players are in the fucking team. Matt Ritchie is not in the team to create chances. He's in the team first and foremost to defend that goal, and that's what he's not good at. Clark is not the best defender, but again, he does put himself about in the opposition box, but on paper, if you'd gone back 3 or 4 months ago, you would have always said centre-back was a position we were blessed in. You know, even when Lejeune was still part of the club, we had like him, Fernandes, Lascelles, Shah, Clark, Dummett, when he's fit, can play there. And you're like, oh yeah, centre-back's not a position we too bad in. And I think a lot of neutrals would have said that. But if you look at it now, Clark's not performing for me. Lascelles has been having a shocker for a long time now. We got rid of Lejeune. Fernandes isn't even making matchday squads and nobody knows why. Dummett's injured and we're like, fuck, this is why things are so bad. And then going over to that left-back position, so Matt Ritchie's out. Great for me defensively. If we needed points, players like Matt Ritchie need to come out of that back four. I'm sorry, a lot of people love him, and yes, he does create chances going forward. Sometimes he has a sweet left peg on him, but we need to defend that goal better. We still haven't kept a clean sheet. We've conceded the most goals in the league. We scored the same amount as Arsenal who we were playing on Saturday, but we've conceded the most. That tells you where we are as a football club at the moment. And I'll tell you what stuck with me is Steve McManaman. I know he's not my favourite pundit. Steve McManaman's comments on Saturday that our squad looks more suited to attacking than defending. I totally agree with that statement. The Willocks, the Maximans, the Joe Lintons, the Wilsons, the Shelvies, the Jacob Murphy, if he's going to keep him playing at fullback, we need to stop getting out. In the second half, we went back to the old ways that we did, sitting back and inviting them on a little bit. If we do that against Norwich tomorrow, I'm sorry, but we're down, because Norwich can still pick us off. Norwich's performance since Dean Smith have come in have looked a lot better. They've got that bounce back that you get from a new coach, and they will not be an easy opponent tomorrow by any means. We need to beat them, but they're not an easy opponent, and we are better suited to attacking. So let's go at them. But we need to tighten up defensively, because it's not going to be a case of we'll score more than you. It's a case of let's get on the front foot, but let's also just be a bit more solid. So for me, again, I would play 4 at the back. I would probably bring in Manquillo. Murphy looked good, but if I was going to play Jacob Murphy, he did look all right against Arsenal when he came as a sub, I'd play him further forward on the field. I'd play him in that midfield area if he was going to start, because again, defensively he gets found out. I think the left back spot, do you play Jamal Lewis? He's going to be off the pace. That's my biggest worry. He hasn't kicked the ball for us competitively and don't even know how long. So he's going to be off the pace. So who do you bring in there? Do you play centre-back there? I don't know. I know Kieran Clark can play there. Maybe that might be Eddie Howe's thinking. But Dubravka needs to stay in, which I'm sure he will. Lascelles is out, so I would bring Shah in one centre-back position. And I'd go Fernandes. And we don't know why Fernandes isn't in the team. All I know is that defensively we need to sharpen up quickly, or we are down. Joe Willock hasn't been performing for me, and I touched on the match review with Arsenal. Arsenal was not an easy opponent, but he should have been up for that game, and he's looking poor and sluggish. And for me, Isaac Hayden needs to come back in. We need to find a way to bring him in, because Shelvey and Willock between them are not going to give us that little solidarity defensively in midfield, and that's where those gaps will appear for Norwich to maybe pick off. Shelvey has looked better, but he's more a front foot central midfield. He likes to play on the front foot and ping them balls about. He doesn't like to put that graft in, whether he admits it or not. And Willock certainly doesn't. So for me, Hayden needs to come in that team to shore us up a little bit, because yes, we want to score goals and attack, but we also need to tighten up, because that's why we're going to get relegated. Goals clearly hasn't been a problem. If Arsenal can go joint 4th on Saturday and they've scored the same amount of us as us this season, what does that tell you? Apart from that, I'm sure Joe Linton, Wilson and Maximum will be the front 3 again. Again, there is an argument for me to maybe bring Murphy in instead of Joe Linton as that other side. But again, Joe Linton brings us that solid presence for high passes, that aerial presence, and he does have a bit of power. But we just need to get at them. Norwich, they've got Grant Hanley at centre-back. Norwich are not a great team. And let's just take it one step at a time. I don't want to think about Burnley just yet on Saturday, because that's a nerve-wracking one as well, just thinking about it. But we need to get over the line tomorrow, get 3 points, and start our season tomorrow. Eddie Howe's first game, packed St James's Park, Norwich at home, Burnley again on Saturday. Our season needs to fucking start this week, or we are down. I'm sorry, because Christmas is going to be bleak. Unless we pull some miraculous results out of our arsehole and suddenly start defending 10 times better overnight, Christmas is going to be bleak. There's going to be neat Christmas presents come from Santa. Each player's going to be getting cold with the fixture list we have. So fingers crossed. As always, Newcastle fans, let us know what you think the result's going to be tomorrow. I'm going to go for a 3-1 Newcastle win. I don't even know why. I just am. I think we might come out all guns blazing on the front foot, and we might actually find that bit of luck that we need as well. Maybe a bobble, maybe a deflection. Let us know your predictions. If you've liked this video and you're new to the channel, click like and subscribe, and get us on Facebook and Instagram, and we'll touch down for a match review. Hopefully, 3 points better off, because my God, do we need it.